and pardon my backwoods. Get rid of fake people, I got so good. Ha, cut scissors out with the fakes, take out fake misters. And your peeps guilty by association, who crown dictator, swing tiger tail and snake you later. Dumb, and live from dumb. Some of them so dumb. How y'all gonna hate from the tats? Rotterdam. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Looking at me. Missing friend applications, cut off the wannabes. Hi. Nice to meet you. And you eat my dust. Woo woo. And I must go. Acid tasting full of hate, but some of you too funny for me. Dumb. Some of them so dumb. How y'all gonna hate from a distance somewhere else? Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Some of them so dumb. How y'all gonna hate from the TikToks? Rotterdam. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. How y'all gonna hate from a distance somewhere else? Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Some of them so dumb. Some of them so dumb. How y'all gonna hate from a distance somewhere else? Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. How y'all gonna hate from a distance somewhere else? Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha. Cold Browning cause I'm feeling myself. Ha ha ha.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all? Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm freaking exhausted. I'm freaking exhausted, but I got some time. And since this is like a big unfolding story, and normally I would probably like wait to hear what Turkey Tom has to say, but like, I don't think I really need to because I already know where this is going. But anyways, how are y'all doing? Happy Friday. Hopefully everyone's ready for the weekend. I'm definitely not, but hopefully you guys are. So yeah, that's the thing. So we gotta get into this Turkey Tom situation. Hey, will this be better than the Rican Ranger drama? 100%. 100%. So for those of you who don't know who Turkey Tom is, I'm going to give you guys like the TLDR, and then we're going to go over like this new allegations against Turkey Tom and why I'm talking about it. Cause like, holy crap, man, this is a very weird situation, but again, I'm not surprised. But hello to the chat. I see Anthony in the chat. I see the beautiful Jillykins in the chat. Who's Turkey Tom? You already know I'm going to explain it. I see Suspect 13 here. I see Juan gone here. I see Houdini here. What did Tom Dark do now? Oh man, how have you not know? How do you not know? Scatter Knight, aka Phil TMNT, how are you? I gotta be on FFS in a few. Oh, okay. I don't know what FFS is, but have fun. DDH, hello, I see you. Okay, so Turkey Tom is a commentary YouTuber with and also somebody also referred to his other name Tom Dark, but Turkey Tom, that channel has about I think it was like 1.5 million subscribers on the channel. He pretty much exposes people for, sus things, predators, stuff like that. It's just like a commentary YouTuber, like kind of like what I do, but he's bigger in a sense. So I guess the other day, I came across this video. There's two parts. I'm gonna kind of just like go over the cliff notes of the first one, and then we're gonna kind of watch the second one together. But this guy right here, you're gonna see him pop on screen in a second here. He basically covered how one of Turkey Tom's ex girlfriends or partners or whatever. I'm kind of unclear because this story is kind of like weird. It starts off pretty weird. So somebody went to Kiwi Farms, and again, if you guys don't know what Kiwi Farms is, it's a website where they archive in A-log and docs people of interest, mostly big YouTubers, celebrities, and stuff like that. It started off with them going after Chris Chan, which to me, if you guys know anything about Chris Chan, 100% valid. Chris Chan is story for another time. But anyways, so one of Turkey Tom's ex-partners went on Kiwi Farms and basically said, hey, Turkey Tom's kind of a piece of shit. He likes to record himself having sex with women without them really consenting to it. He has an entire folder that's called Just in Case, which is like a bunch of conversations, like it says here, memos, voice memos, calls, text messages, whatever he has on these women that he's had sexual relations with, just in case they decide to out him for whatever they're trying to out him with. So that in itself is kind of just like, okay, that's a little weird. I'm sorry. Thank you. 1.61 million. Why did I think 1.5? Either way. So basically, Turkey Tom, again, this is like a situation where before we even get into the more serious allegations, on the surface, this to me is like, oh, well, so Turkey Tom's a hypocrite. Because if this was any other big content creator, he would be covering this, right? So it's just one of those many examples of people who've built their platform, built their YouTube career on exposing people for these things, and then finding out they're just as bad, right? So there's no, I mean, you can say people like, because in this video they ask if any crime was committed. Even the girlfriend or the girl here was like, I don't know if I'm not saying a crime was committed. Well, if he's recording having sex with you and you are not giving the okay that he can record it, that in itself is that can be considered a crime. But like, I guess the gray area is if you saw him with the phone out recording you guys having sex and you didn't say anything, you would stop it. I guess that is kind of your way of maybe giving consent. I don't know the laws on that specifically, but to say, well, I don't know if he broke a law. Well, if you're saying he was secretly recording you guys having sex, that is against the law, especially if it's secret. But anyways, it goes more deeper in this one where this is what is being, talked about. She obviously sent, showed receipts, text messages between her and Turkey Tom. This is in regards to the conversation about another female that he was in a relationship with who apparently resembles Belle Delphine. And that in itself is like, again, so far I'm kind of just like, okay, so Turkey Tom's just like a gooner. Okay, no harm in gooning. I don't care if people are gooners. The only thing I would say is a hypocrisy, because again, Turkey Tom has definitely called other content creators out for being gooners, and finding out you're a gooner yourself, to me, it's just like, well, you're a hypocrite. That's basically what it comes down to. But then it gets like kind of weird. It gets kind of weird, because when I was watching this and fast forwarding all this stuff, we got to a weird part where it was like, okay, so apparently there's abuse allegations. One female claims that after she was, with him, she had bruises on her. For me, the biggest takeaway from this, really, is the age play. Goddamn ads. The age play. The age play for me is kind of weird. Kind of weird. Yeah. There's allegations of age play. For those of you who don't know what age play is, it's basically like you're pretending to be in a relationship or have sex with somebody who's acting like a child. It's fucking weird. It's weird. And one of the girls that he apparently was in a relationship with or having sex with, you know, she does look like kind of, you know, she looks young. She definitely looks young. This is like weird. This is a very weird situation. But it's not outside the norm at this point when I watch these things, because it's like, dude, do you know how many YouTubers who come out and expose other people for this exact type thing, and then it turns out they're involved in this type of thing? Like, somebody left a comment in this video and said it perfectly. You know, sometimes when you touch the poop, you know, you're touching the poop, you might be poop yourself. It's very, very, very weird. So this is apparently the young lady that Turkey Tom was involved with. That's kind of apparently like a Belle Delphine clone. Bro, the age play for me is kind of insane. Like, if true, right? Because these are allegations. These are apparently allegations. So if this is true, the age play for me and the abuse is like the number like top of the issues with Turkey Tom, right? Because like, age play is always weird. Like, yes, it's two consenting adults, but why would you want to pretend to be having sex with somebody who's a child if it's an adult? Like, it's just weird. Age play is never like, I can't even try to find rationale on age play. Like, that's just always weird. That's like, dude, you're just a creep. You're just a creep. Age plays weird. This Crusader here says another YouTube drama / scandal again. What else is new? What else is new? I stopped watching watching Tom when I watched his Hassan video and then checked the facts and discovered he lied about 90% of the video. That's another thing about Turkey Tom I never liked. Okay, Turkey Tom has covered certain topics that I've also covered, and he would just not have all the facts, or he'll say something as a fact, not fact check it. And when anyone tries to correct him, he just ignores it. Like, Turkey Tom has definitely lied about a lot of shit in his videos because he just doesn't take the time to actually fact check the shit he's talked about. Two examples of this was that he did cover, like, I think it was an Ezra Miller situation. He missed a lot of facts that were public, by the way, publicly available facts in that video. And when he jumped on the whole tipster thing, there was things that he said involving that video that, again, facts were missing in the whole thing. So it's like, he's just a content creator at this point who will cover a story and not say all the facts. And then if anyone corrects him, he just ignores it. There's no going back or making another video or making any statement at all to correct the misinformation that he is spreading. One of the many reasons why I didn't really like Turkey Tom is when he started doing that and I started realizing it, because it's stuff I actually covered and things I've actually like researched and deep dive for like that whole year on certain topics. And I'm like, you're not even telling the whole story. You're leaving out context. You're leaving out facts. You are putting out information that's not even factually true about what you're presenting. And you're supposed to be this credible YouTube content creator. Oh, by the way, I might also be a creepy, sex-pested, weirdo abuser. Like, you know, that's like, what? What? Yo, the age play allegations is definitely crazy. The age play allegations and the abuse are 100% insane. Yes, and is it amusing now that you know he might be into age play, Lunchbox, where he's sitting there like, come here, little girl, sit on my lap type shit? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's freaking weird. It's absolutely weird. But I'm gonna let this play out so you guys can like hear what the age play allegations are, because that's well, actually, we'll go to the bruises. We'll go to this part because this is also something that the apparent ex, who's going by Sacramento 89, is going by, and we'll let this play.
Abuse, saying, do you have any evidence that he he flew out e-girl to sleep with. In Sacramento says he told me this, it was before a relationship. He was hella careful about texting stuff, but I reached out to one of his exes I knew he was with. She's like an e-girl type and she confirmed it. She has more evidence than I do. Sent me pictures of her face being bruised after going up to meet with him.
Now, again, I don't give a shit if YouTubers pay for girls to come out and sleep with them. As long as they're all consenting adults, who freaking cares? Like, who cares? No one should really be worried about people having consensual relationships. I don't care. Even cheating, like cheating's wrong. But what goes on between consenting adults is really nobody's business, in my opinion. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna like expose somebody for cheating on their wife. Like, is it shitty? 100%. But it's a matter between consenting adults. As long as it's consent, yeah, consent is all that matters. I don't care. Nobody really should, you know. But when it comes to like the bruises, like, okay, so what the fuck happened? Like, I the one problem I have with these things that they come out is they come out so slow instead of like all the information all at once. And it's like, so now we have to wait to hear from the alleged ex who had the bruises. Like, what happened there? Did he hit you? Are you alleging that he hit you? Because all we have is, well, she went there to see him and now she had a bruise on her face. So I'm assuming there's alleged abuse being talked about, but have not seen it yet. We're gonna watch part 2 and see if there's more, but that's the abuse stuff. So let's continue.
So basically now we're getting into allegations of possible abuse or possibly fun.
Don't you buffer on me. My internet's working perfectly right now. But it's YouTube. I think it's YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Stop it. Stop playing with my heart. Let's try this again. Bro, see, being a live streamer sometimes when you have these bullshit problems is quite annoying.
Going up to meet with him. So basically now we're getting into allegations of possible abuse or possibly fighting or maybe some play fighting. You know, maybe you got elbowed in the eye or something, right? We're talking about bruises. Obviously, there was physical contact at this point. So it just went from like a bunch of hearsay and possibly a blackmail folder.
Yeah, they're trying to black out and protect Tom. I mean, of course, because like the commentary community, especially if they're cool with Turkey Tom, like they don't want to believe this shit. They don't want to believe this shit. They're definitely gonna try to sweep. Again, these are all allegations at this point, so of course every commentator is gonna talk about it. I'm talking about it as if we don't know. We haven't, as far as I know so far, because I just kind of jumped on this right now because even though like the hypocrisy, it really is for me right now until we know what actually fucking happened. It's more so like the hypocrisy. And it's like a common trait with a lot of YouTubers when they do this stuff, they usually have a lot of skeletons in their closet. That's why I tell people, just be honest. Like, if you have skeletons in your closet, just be honest about it. Like, I've talked about my skeletons in my closet. I was a freaking see you next Tuesday online. I've said some fucked up shit online. And do I regret it? Kind of, but at the same time, like, as long as that's not me anymore, I really don't care. And people can base their opinions on me of what they know now. And then if you guys want to ask me questions about any past shit you hear about, like, just fucking ask me and I'll tell you. I will tell you, because like I have definitely owned up to all the dumb shit I did. Never on this level. Like, you will not find me out there beating up on people, at least beating up on women and taking advantage of them sexually. Like, that shit just does not happen with me. Like, you will never find it. I challenge anybody to try to find that shit because it don't exist. Not like that. This is crazy. Age play, that shit's weird. Like, baby talk. Like, some people don't like baby talk. Like, when a girl like goes, oh, babe, you know, the baby talk. Some people like creeped out by that. Like, if I want boba tea, I'm gonna turn on my baby talk voice. Like, maybe can I have some boba tea, please? I want some boba tea. Like, that's me just wanting something. Shut up, Lunchbox. Nobody asked you about that. Nobody asked you. Shut the hell up. Please give us a bruise in the chat. I do not give you guys bruises in the chat. That's a lie. Absolutely a lie. But age play is weird. I think age play is fucking weird. Anyone who engages in age play is just a fucking, like, I'm not, I know it's like a stretch to call them a P word, but like, if you are fantasizing about having relations with a minor, Like, if you fantasize about having a relationship with a minor, I don't care if it's an actual adult you're doing this with, that is mentally insane. Right. It's a huge red flag. Like, I don't care what anyone says. That is my opinion. You cannot change my mind on that. But anyone who has those sick fantasies is like, you're trying to just, no. Like, why would you look at a freaking adult and picture them in diapers and shit? That's just fucking gross. Just gross. This is the most disgusting thing. I've literally heard stories of like dudes wearing diapers or wanting their girlfriends to wear diapers, and I'm like, get changed and stuff and defecate in their diaper, and it's just fucking weird. There's like some kind of serious mental defect in your brain if that turns you on. Like, I'm sorry. There's no way in hell you will ever convince me that that shit is normal. That shit is normal. It is far from normal. That shit is sick, and you need psychiatric help. Like, it's gross. Turkey Tom is a big commentary YouTuber. And by big, I mean 1 million. I don't care about that. You don't care about what? What don't you care about? What don't you care about? It is weird. It'll never be normal. Like, they're like, I don't normally kink shame, but those kinks 100% shaming you on 100%.
And recording someone without their consent to now actual possible violence being involved. But since this is a different ex, a different person that Tom ended up messing around with, I'm going to leave this one for a separate video. I'm going to keep going over what Sacramento ended up posting about now possible allegations of Tom messing around with girls who are into things like age play. So we're starting to get into the thick of it, I say. Now, this guy named Blue Kerbo said, has he ever dated any of those age play girls? I saw him follow a couple a while ago. And she says, the girl he sent dick pics to and got hacked was an age play / Belle Delphine type girl. I sent the screenshots about the blackmailer guy here earlier. He told me he went to meet up with her, but was too weirded out and went back home. Her account has actually been posted in this thread before. I believe it's Creepy Hoarder. Now,
before he says what he's going to say here, I just want to point out, any female who partakes in age play, you're part of the problem. You are part of the problem. Like, that's sick. Like, I get it. Get your bag, but you can get it in better ways. Like, listen, I think feet are gross. But 100% would, if I can make a lot of money off my feet, 100% I will post feet pics. that's creepy and I wouldn't say creepy. I would say it's gross for me, right? But is it harming anyone? Really? No, not really. But like, if you're engaging in age play as a female, you are contributing to a person's disgusting, sick fantasy. For wanting to do this to an actual child. And now people will say, well, the argument, hot take, Ray, because just because somebody engages in age play with a consenting adult doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go out and hurt a child. The same arguments that people have with Lolicon about how, oh, it's not a real child, so it's okay. It's like, bro, you are feeding a sickness. It's like a drug. Are you going to give a freaking heroin addict heroin? Are you going to hand somebody some heroin and think that you're not contributing to their drug addiction? Like, just because you are helping someone fulfill sick fantasy doesn't mean that that person is necessarily going to hurt a person. Sure, that is possible. But it also doesn't mean that's necessarily not going to have them hurt an actual child. Like, the two things can happen, right? You're feeding someone's sickness. You're feeding someone's mental illness. So, like, no, if you are engaging with age play with somebody, even if you're a consenting adult, I still feel like that's gross, and I do still feel like it is going to contribute to maybe that person wanting the real thing someday. You know, it's like the people who smoke, what is it, like ketamine, like the synthetic weed. Like, it's not real weed. Just go out and smoke real weed, right? I know it's a little bit of a stretch of an argument. People are gonna come at me for it, but like, I'm sorry, age play is just fucking gross. It really is just gross, and it's just a fucking excuse for people to be fucking sick.
This is Creepy Hoarder's Instagram. She has 13,000 followers, so I don't think I'm doxing anyone here. I don't think I'm exposing any private information. This is a public page. I'm not following them, right? And this is what Creepy Hoarder, aka Ellie, looks like. This is an adult, right? I don't know. She's attractive. This kind of like style's not really my type, but hey, you know, Tom has a
These girls that are adults but look like children are not my type. Hats off to you, sir.
type. She's legal. She's an adult. I can't really be mad at him. From the looks of it, yeah, she just really loves like Hello Kitty
A doll. Like this bro. Let me stop.
and pink and girly little kitty stuff.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Imagine wanting to like not go down this rabbit hole. Thank you ads. Thank you YouTube ads.
You know, I'm not really going to dive too deep into what age play is and like the implications of it and whatnot. Obviously,
I did it for you. Age play is gross.
common sense would tell you that it involves playing with age. As a matter of fact, I was kind of like worried to Google this because Google would be like, what's this dude up to, right? Basically, age play is a form of role play in which one or more individuals acts or treats another as if they are a different age. They may describe a variety of roles.
Even though that is the definition, most people associate age play with basically, like it says here, more involves adults acting like young children. To sum it up. Like, yes, age play, it can mean you could pretend to be a grandma, right? But for the most part, when people talk about age play, it's always mostly without skipping a beat involving adults pretending to be children. So that's kind of just the gist of this. And this is apparently what Turkey Tom is being alleged to be partaking in. There's more to this, so we're gonna just skip ahead.
And this is going based on what Sacramento here's belief is of this person's account. Again, I think this is just a girly looking girl. It doesn't really mention anywhere here. Now, this guy Jandal ended up looking into this Creepy Hoarder girl. And she has a whole bunch of other controversies and things that I don't really want to get into this video because almost 100% it'll get age restricted. Basically, she draws things like lollipop stuff, like the stuff Shadman used to draw.
He says lolicon. I'm just gonna say it, lolicon. And again, for those of you who don't know what lolicon is, it is what basically drawing pictures of prepubescent looking characters and not so kid friendly styles, and it's absolutely gross. Again, the defense, there are people who defend it because it's not real children, and my argument will always be, okay, well, let me draw your children like that and tell me that that's okay. But well, that's based on a real person. Okay, so like they are taking an image of what children look like and drawing this character. Same difference. Like the picture I drew isn't actually your child. It just is a drawing, right? It's not really your kid. It's just a drawing of your kid. Like that's the lolicon argument that people have. It's like, it's not real, guys. You can't actually hurt somebody from doing that. Well, then, okay, so if I draw your kid, it's not hurting your kid, is it? You know, Keemstar actually had somebody, the dude he's talking about, Shadman, was an artist who drew a lot of images like that, and a lot of YouTubers got in trouble because when it came out that like these images were inappropriate, especially when Shadman drew a picture of Keemstar's child, that was a huge controversy. So again, the argument of, well, it's not real, right? Okay, well, when your child is getting drawn like that, how real is it then? Is it real now? You know, that stuff is like gross. So what he's basically saying is this girl who allegedly was in a relationship with Turkey Tom was also known for drawing those type of artwork, which again, another hypocrisy, because Turkey Tom has called out YouTube content creators who either partook in lolicon or defended it. So again, we're back into the Turkey Tom being a hypocrite. Turkey Tom being a hypocrite.
Apparently she took advantage of one of her exes. She visits lollipop websites as well. There's a picture of her wearing a Bluey outfit. So maybe I was a little quick to jump the gun and say,
I don't see what's wrong with wearing a Bluey outfit. It's like bronies. Like bronies were weird, but was it hurting nobody? Was it hurting kids? Was it no? Do see a lot of chibi artwork. Listen, anime is always sus to me. I don't watch a lot of anime for these reasons, man. I always tell people, if you have to ask an age of a character, just assume that character it looks young enough to probably be a minor. If you have to ask, just stay away from it. You know, I've got to that point where I've talked about these topics so much where that's just my default. If you have to ask the age of a character, it just means like you probably already know the answer to that question. Just run. Just run. Don't ask. Just leave it alone. If that question comes into your head at any point in time, no, absolutely not. Don't engage.
yeah, I don't think she's into this age play stuff. I don't think Tom is. But yeah, that's kind of hard to argue. I'll take the L on that one. Like, I can acknowledge, right? Like, this is hot. She looks good, right? Like, her body looks nice. Like, this is clearly an adult with an adult body with an adult butt. But her history, the things that she engages in, it's not exactly a good look. And, you know, Tom choosing to interact with that is, again, his prerogative. But eventually her history, the things that she does, is going to be linked to him, kind of like we saw with like Mutahar or Nuxtaku and anyone who involves themselves in messing around with this Shad Man lollipop type stuff. It's not a good look. It's not a good look to be around. Or
it's also hypocritical because Turkey Tom has called out other content creators who have engaged in this stuff. Like I said, it's always the people who are the most vocal and specialize in exposing these type of people who low-key are probably this way at the same time. I've said this many times. When you see a content creator calling out another content creator for saying the N-word, oh my God, this white content creator said the N-word on a stream. Bro, I know that the same people who said it, like, you are in Discord servers saying that word like it doesn't matter. Like, it's the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy, man. It pisses me off because it's like, if you actually call a shot, I care about it. Stand on business. Stand on your morals and convictions. You know? If you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy said the N-word, bro, I know for a fact these YouTubers who said that they say the N-word all the time behind closed doors. Don't tell me you care about that shit and then you're doing it in the behind the scenes. Like, this is the issue with Turkey Tom right now, that some people are actually just calling out, not just because of what the hell he's doing, but it's a hypocrisy, bro. Because Turkey Tom, all these other YouTubers would 100% go on friggin' like get so much money exposing these content creators. Meanwhile, they're doing the same shit behind the scenes or associating with people who do behind the scenes. Like I said, if you like this person, everyone's morals always switch and change. Right? If you like the person, you're going to defend them. You're going to defend them. But if it's somebody you don't know or care about, oh no, we have no problem doing a whole week of exposing this person for X, Y, and Z. But if we like you, we're just going to sweep for you. And that's what apparently some YouTubers in the commentary community, from what I heard, they're trying to sweep for him. Maybe they talked to him, they're listening to his side of the story. I don't know. To
interact with other people who are publicly also doing that. You can argue like, yeah, I don't care. She's just hot. She has a big butt. I wanted to send her my wiener. I mean, I guess, but then this is going to happen where you end up on Kiwi Farms and now people think that you're into girls who like to role play as kids.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty freaking much. Now, that's kind of just like the gist, just to give you guys some context, because I want to watch his second video. I want to watch his second video because he does have a part 2, and I have not watched that, so we're going to watch it together. It's actually shorter than this one, so we're going to try to get through it because, yeah, this whole situation's kind of like crazy. This was 10 hours ago, so we're going to go ahead and watch this together. I know you guys heard it. I didn't get a chance to pause.
Tom allegations have genuinely gotten worse, as now a second female, a second e-girl has hit the Tom towers. This main video, again, is going to be part 2 of the Turkey Tom drama, and this one is going to be specifically about Clorox Katie, who was another one of Tom's exes, that's Sacramento 89.
He definitely has a type. I'm glad I'm not that type. I'm not into age play, and I'm a little too old for you. Thomas said the N-word. Of course, they all do. A lot of the people in the commentary community definitely have said it. But they would be the first ones to call another content creator for saying it. 100% would call another content creator for saying it. I hadn't hear Nuxtaku being mentioned in a long time. I asked the age of Ray. She thinks she's a teenager. No, I don't. That's crazy. Bronies. I've heard of that term before. Didn't care for it. It's just a bunch of grown adults that were into My Little Pony, the new reboot thing that came out. That's all. But yeah, this is another person apparently that's come out the woodworks. Yeah, Clorox Katie. Interesting.
Ended up reaching out to and getting a photo of her with a bruise under her eye that she said Tom was responsible for. We're going to be
Okay, so this is the bruise girl. Okay.
diving back into some of the age play allegations, the age play drama that Tom got himself involved in, as well as some
Whoa, can we go back to that screenshot? Pause. He also said how it was awesome. I looked like a little girl the first time we had sex. Told me he was excited to learn I had BPD STFU because girls with it love harder. Wow. If this is true, Jesus Christ, Turkey Tom.
himself involved in, as well as some leaked video with some audio of Tom having some fantasies, as well as making this girl
Some what fantasies? Hold on. I need to read this. Videos of him talking about holding me down and hurting my arms and me running away. Also, R-word fantasies. Grape fantasies. Ignore how awkward I sound, guys. Imagine being on the phone with him. Oh my God. No.
fantasies, as well as making this girl bleed down there. Again,
Wait. Okay, this is apparently from one of the females. Liar. Literally blank. He made me bleed. Yikes. Fucking yikes. It's just weird. It's so weird.
allegations. I mean, the video is an allegation. It's his voice saying these things. Now, Clorox Katie ended up being posted in this original thread right here of Sacramento 89, which was the first girl that ended up posting about Tom, posting this photo right here, and it says twin a victim, and there's a little bruise right here on under her eye and I guess on her cheek, and I guess this was supposed to be evidence that Tom was quite abusive. You know, he would lay his hands on these chicks, whether it would be just in the bedroom or whatnot. And Sacramento ended up saying, I've been in contact with the ex since Tom and I broke up. Yes, she's aware that I'm posting on here and is actively trying to make an account to post on here, as well as give me permission to post these screenshots. Her IG is Clorox Katie. After leaving his house and flying back home, had a big bruise. Now that's Clorox Katie, and this is their messages. Again, this is Clorox Katie over on Instagram. She has 3,000 followers, right? She's a public figure, or not figure, but public account. I'm not doxing anything. And she ended up posting these messages that show Tom and Katie's DMs back and forth. There's not really anything too crazy or controversial allegation wise in here.
It's just to show that they were in communications.
Just kind of proves that, yeah, there was a back and forth.
Yeah.
Tom did indeed fly this girl out here, as well as a flight itinerary. So this is real, right? Again, I don't think that any of us are denying the fact that Tom is a bit of a gooner, that Tom flies these chicks out.
I see somebody in the comments saying, let it be known, Nicholas Diorio, who's another big commentator in the community, it was ignoring his chat that was trying to bring it up as he was live yesterday. Well, he's live right now. I am subscribed to Nicholas Diorio, because sometimes I am always curious what his takes are with a lot of these things. And I did see he went live. He's live right now, and the title does have the Turkey Tom allegations. And from what people have said is that he is sweeping this situation, but I haven't watched it, so I'm just going by what I saw until I actually watch Nicholas Diario's take on the situation. This is looking like Depp/Herd bullshit all over again right now. The age play though, Lunchbox, come on, you gotta admit the age play stuff's a little freaking weird. It's a little weird.
The real allegations, again, are like the things like abuse and recording people without their consent. Things that all come down to she's saying one thing, and I guess we'll have to see if Tom has any evidence to dispute that, or he.
My thing real quick too, sorry I keep pausing, but my thing quick too with the whole recording the sex without the consent is like, even the original person who came forward, the first person, Sacramento, said that like when we were doing it, like I didn't notice he was recording until like maybe 30 seconds into it or whatever. And like, okay, but at that point you still like, you know, you could have just stopped and been like, hey, don't record this or something. So again, that's just one person. I don't know. Allegedly, he has more of these. He likes to film. So I guess, yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
Hear Tom's side of the story. And back to that point, this is where Left for Dead, aka Katie, made her account saying, hi, finally made an account. Yes, Tom is extremely harsh during sex. I have been down the kink roads in my life, and how he acts is actually just evil and almost sadistic. Not even kinked up, just actually a Patrick Bateman type gooner. First time I ever heard that sentence. First Girl already posted some of my screenshots, but if anyone has questions or wants specific proof, I'll try to see if I can answer. And of course, yeah, that was her first post on Kiwi Farms. Now, apparently these two ended up meeting or ended up messaging each other, following each other, because Left for Dead Katie was a fan, saying I'd already followed him, aka Tom, because I watched his YouTube. Then when him and Kai broke up, again, Kai is Liam Donovan's girlfriend, he immediately DM'd me on Instagram and followed me. He also told me I looked like Kai, and he has some weird issue relating to her because he still has all of her clothes, even after moving multiple times since they broke up, which is just really weird. Why would you tell the person that you're trying to hook up with or be in a new relationship with that they looked like your ex that you still have clothes of and clearly have some sort of I wouldn't say trauma, but you still deeply miss this person enough to hold on to their clothing?
So I'm going to pause there because again, so from outsiders looking in, sure, it's weird, but like if they had just broken up and he's looking for a rebound or whatever, it's not really that weird. You know, depending on how fresh the breakup is, it's not really that weird. Oh man, like this is crazy. So I've always said this, and I talked about this today actually with somebody, which is hilarious. But I basically said, like, if you are into like BDSM or you like rough sex where like you like to get choked a lot and all that stuff and slapped around and things like that, like you are not okay. I just want to point out, like, you are not okay. All right. There's definitely something wrong with people who want that pain and that thrill. Like that is not normal behavior, right? Now, again, there's nothing wrong with it. What happens between two consenting adults is between two consenting adults. But that still doesn't negate the fact that you have something wrong with you. Now, the way this person is describing the sex being really, really like painful, really, really rough, like that just explains how bad your issues really are. Because let me tell you, I've said this too, and it's a joke, but not a joke. If you are female and you're like, choke me, daddy, right? And you're getting choked, there's something wrong with you, right? But let's not be like, if a man is capable of doing it and doing it in a safe way where he's researched or is educated enough where he knows how to properly choke somebody without actually killing them, like there's something wrong there too. So like rough sex, again, not kink shaming, like don't get me wrong, you know, everybody likes to get down and dirty, but like there's something wrong with you. Pain feels good, right? There's something wrong with you, Jay. Again, nothing bad though. Like it's not like, again, I'm not saying it's awful. I'm not saying that people who are kinky like that are like problematic, but most of the people have like some traumatic background. Like pain feels good because you've been through some shit mentally, and that physical pain makes you feel good. There's something wrong with you. And again, that's not a problem. There's something wrong with a lot of people. It's just like, how far does it go before it's like a problem, if that makes sense? I know I have hot takes, and a lot of people don't agree with me, but y'all got problems. If you sit there get choked out and you're like, oh yeah, you got problems. You got problems.
And whatnot, even though you've broken up, even though that person has already again moved on to someone like Lyrics, aka Liam Donovan. Very weird. Now getting back into the age
Inferno, I'm sorry. Inferno. That I love this. I'm sorry. Gotta love it when you walk into a Turkey Tom topic stream and it's right into the choke fuck dialogue. But it's true, there's something wrong with you. Choke me, daddy. Bitch, are you okay? Yes, just choke me. I want to black out. It's hot. It's hot. But there's something wrong with you. Thank you, Andrew, for the $5. Here's your Boba Tea Fun. Hope you're well. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you're well as well. There's nothing wrong with there's a lot wrong with you, Mo Moon. Shush. There's so much wrong with you.
play stuff.
No.
Parents, if your child
Nobody, no. This is such a bad fucking segue after we're talking about age play. Jesus Christ, I hate these commercials.
This is where Katie says, he also said how it was awesome. I looked like a little girl the first time we had blank. I'm going to say blank because if I put that word and little girl in the same sentence, I'm going to get age restricted. Told me he was excited to learn I had BPD because girls with it love harder. LOL, so R-worded, which is an absolutely insane statement. Going after girls who have BPD just because they love harder is a bit crazy, especially.
See? What did I say? What the fuck did I just say? What did I just say? She has BPD. There's something wrong with you. Exactly. They're proving my point. Proving my point, people. Okay? Something wrong with you.
Especially when he's a gooner. Does that mean like they screw harder? Now the Sultaning ended up saying preferably you should drop everything you have on Tom. And this is where Katie says, I gotta upload everything from my phone. I got a crazy audio of him saying that he wants to night me, which for sure think he was saying that as like negative Riz, but is actually insane to use that as Riz. Night is basically
grape. GRAPE, grape.
Where you someone at night, it's kind of in the name, but I guess in Tom's context or in this context of this relationship, it's consensual. It's just a concept where the idea is that like they're not consenting. It's like that consensual non-consent stuff that some people are into. It doesn't seem like she says anything here that she wasn't down for that. Weird. Again, night. I mean, you could just screw normally, right? Why does that word have to be in that sentence?
I mean, again, rough sex is like, I guess you consider, okay. I feel like I have to like, I don't know why I feel like I like educate people on stuff like y'all already know as grown adults, but just for context, okay? So the whole idea that women want to be R-worded because we like rough sex, it's like there's a big difference, right? If you're consenting, it's not, grape. It's just rough sex. It's just kinky sex, right? But like that's also like the gray area because like on the same hand of like us talking about the age play and stuff, like grape fantasies are just like crazy because it's not graping someone if they're down. Like it's just not like there's no harm being done if somebody is saying yes, choke me daddy. Like if you are an adult saying choke me, is that abuse? No, that is you saying that this is what you like. But it is still kind of weird, like the commentator here says, if you're there's no reason for you to even say the word because it's just not what that's not what it is. You're not being raped. You're not no, it's just not what it is. So for you to take that extra like level to say I'm gonna R word you, it's like, bro, like what? It's just weird. It's just weird. We're getting to like gray area criminal brains type shit. I don't know, dude. This shit's weird. That's why I titled it this Turkey Tom situation is weird, because it is weird. But this guy's doing a great job, by the way. Real quick, so let me just back out so you guys can see his name is Cam Nuggets. Please go subscribe to him. I think the way he's covering this is fantastic. Is absolutely fantastic. I like how he's covering this story.
Now, here are some of the most damning videos in this situation. They're basically her recording a phone call that she had with Turkey Tom, where he's talking about holding her arms and hurting her running away, and also the night grape again, where his idea of consensual non-consent and whatnot is brought into question.
I was like, you trying to push me away that I like put the on top of you, like really put all my weight on you.
True, actually true.
Sometimes you were like, ow, wow. It's so nice though, it's like, because like you're like small, petite, and I'm like big and strong, it's like really nice job. I'm a fan of night. I like night. After a long day at work, I like night.
Now, in those videos, he once again talks about someone being petite. He really seems to like them petite. And he likes the fact that he's a lot stronger and bigger than her and able to hold her down while she was trying to run away, but he like made it into a joke and she was also laughing about it. So again, this is like really difficult to try to piece together without context of what kind of dynamic they had in the bedroom.
This is where I have to chime in and once again say what I always say, ladies, if this shit makes you uncomfortable, please stop just laughing it off. Like, I've done that before, but like there's also levels. Like if you're gonna basically say that stuff, I'm not gonna just laugh it off and be like, bro, that's crazy talk. Like maybe the argument could be at the time of this call, maybe she was thinking that this was more just like a kink thing, like she likes it rough type stuff. But then with everything else that happened, maybe after they had sex and she got bruised and she didn't realize how rough it was gonna be, maybe that could be why she laughed it off. But I just always say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because men also, equal. If y'all not comfortable with something, please just stop laughing it off. If it makes you uncomfortable, walk away, run away, say no. You can still say no. Kind of avoids you from being looked at as like when you come out and tell people what happened, they're not gonna have to look at you and be like, well, you laughed at it and you let it happen, because that does what people will say. Like he's saying, like, I don't know, you were laughing about it, so clearly you weren't too bothered by this.
If all of this was consensual and signed off, agreed on by both parties, the whole night grape thing also, again, if she consented to it, he consented to it, and it's just their dynamic in the bedroom, there's not a whole lot more I can say than that's just weird, and being weird is not being illegal. Now, these clips popping up cause people to start questioning why exactly was this recorded, which I think is a fair question. Like, if you're just having a phone call with someone talking about something you did in the bedroom, why are you recording it? And then, of course, it ends up on Kiwi Farms. I think we know why it was recorded, because it was meant to be shared one day or leaked one day. And her answer to this was, my best friend was at...
No!
Are you a Roblox fanatic?
No, I'm not a Roblox fanatic. Why do I keep getting these fucking ads?
My best friend was at my house and thought I was a victim from the jump. He was saying similar stuff all call, so she started recording it. At the end of the night, you can barely hear her whisper, "You a victim, LOL." I agree, I was only playing along because I don't know what else to say. Also, I talked to him because both emo was similar interests. I thought, turns out he had nothing in common and he listens to bad emo music, LOL. So yeah, there's that. I'm not going to read the rest of that message because it doesn't really have anything to do with the allegations, just her talking about like things that happened with her friend. Now, to go along with some of these allegations, Katie ended up dropping more photos, screenshots, things like that, saying the bruise on my face was real. Here's multiple different different photos and timestamps of it. LOL. I don't know if I got it from him hitting me or holding my mouth closed, but he did both, so it could have been either. He even commented on the bruise the next day, not even apologizing, just said that he was scared to take me in public because I look like a victim. And here we can see there's like a bruise here. It's a little brown, and then here's a red one.
When she says, see, this is the thing I would like more context. Hopefully we get it. Was it a slap? Because that does not look like bruise. If you slap somebody, can you bruise somebody from slapping them hard? Sure, but I feel like the bruising would be bigger in a area that you hit. But that's like two multiple bruises. Like, did he punch you? Because that's crazy. Like, damn, Turkey Tom, what kind of sex you having with these ladies?
And here it is, I guess, after a while. This is from March 11th. This is March 17th. Here she is again. It's bruised right here. And there's like her friends, I guess. This one is pathetic, but it's good proof that he deadass be willing on hoes. Do not flame me. I have a lapse of judgment sometimes. And she said on March 11th, if I'm getting used, I'm going to end my crap, especially because he is beating me damn near, and I'm just letting it happen because I want him to date me. Guys, I might snap and have to confess my love and insanity to him. I think hiding my BPD isn't working. Need him to know I'm really insane and already attached.
Oh my God. This right here is where I'm kind of just like, damn, bro, I can't stand these stories sometimes because it's like, bro, what are you ladies doing to yourself? Like, why are women putting themselves in these fucking situations? Why are we always doing this, ladies? I need to understand. And again, I'm not victim blaming, but at the same time, it's like we could prevent more of these things if we just start saying, no, this is not okay. But like now we have her saying here, you know, I let it happen because I wanted him to date me. Is like crazy. It's like crazy. Why? Ladies, you don't have to let a man whoop your ass. If a man's whooping your ass, why would you want to date him? If you're not dating him and he's hitting you like that, why would you want to date him? Do you think it would stop if you were in a relationship? Do you think that men who are abusive just stop being abusive because they put a ring on your finger? No, these things do not happen. This is not reality. Like, even if you have BPD, right? Even if you have BPD, all you're saying with that is like people with BPD, they already have problems. They look for love in all the wrong places. Again, this is not victim blaming, but I'm just sitting here like, why would you like post this? And then now all of a sudden it just makes people look at y'all like y'all are just crazy women. And again, I'm not saying like, it's like, how do I say this without even sounding like an asshole, right? Putting yourselves in these situations and saying these things, it's not going to help your case. Because, like, the rebuttal that Turkey Tom is going to say, well, is like, y'all consented it. You were like, look at this. You're giving Turkey Tom evidence that you were okay with this. So people are going to look at y'all like, why are you coming out with it? Right? Why are y'all coming out with it now? Now, I've covered enough of these stories where I've always said a lot of the times when women come forward about these situations is because they're sometimes like they as far as they know, they might be thinking, well, I'm the only one that's happened to. And since it's happening to me, maybe I'll just let it go because, it happened to me. I'm just moving on with my life. Then you find out that this happened to other women. So you're like, oh shit, now I got to come out. Like that does happen. And then sometimes these allegations, like you don't expect to go into a relationship with somebody, sexual or not, and expect something wrong to happen where you prepare yourself to have like the camera recording. Like we're not all wearing body cams to get evidence. So to a lot of these people, like it's not even worth coming out because you don't have physical evidence until you see other people coming out and they're like, well, there's strength in numbers, right? There's more credibility if it's happened to more people so you can prove a pattern of behavior. But when you're saying things like, well, he was beating me and, I kind of just let it happen because I wanted to date him. Well, that's Turkey Tom's defense right there. That is his defense right there. Well, you were consenting. You were on board. How was I supposed to know you weren't into it? Because you never said nothing. And then a lot of people, because so many men in particular have been falsely accused of shit by women, it's just a lot of the internet especially. And that's who you're trying to convince. You're trying to convince the internet that this happened. And I'm telling you, when it comes to these stories, you have to be 100% honest and transparent. And saying something like, well, I wanted it, I let it happen. It's like, okay, well, you let this happen. why is the internet supposed to feel sorry for you? Because Turkey Tom's defense is, look, she just gave you guys proof right there. She was completely fine with it, and I had no idea what I was doing was wrong because she didn't say anything. And then to people, they're like, well, if he didn't know that you weren't into it, how is that his fault? That's the thing. You always have to think when you're coming out with these stories, you always have to think 5 steps ahead. You have to, number one, always think, well, what would be the response? What is going to be the rebuttal here? How could Turkey Tom talk his way out of this? Well, you just gave it to him. You just gave it to him. You were consenting. You were consenting because all people care about is, was it consent? Was it consensual? That's what people want to hear. If it wasn't consensual and you didn't like it, cool. But you're saying here in this post like you were okay with it. And again, I'm not victim blaming, just explaining, over explaining. Do I believe that Turkey Tom, because we've just talked about all this other stuff, potentially like this is true? I'm sure there is some truth to this. I'm sure there is some truth to it. I guarantee there's some truth to this.
Now she ended up including these messages that she texted some of her friends talking about Tom and their relationship. One of her friends asks, how's the peener? And saying too much, honestly. He's making a video in front of me and saying, is he the same person? Yeah, he's even crazier IRL. I have a plush of him now. Another person, he destroyed my you-know-what. Couldn't say it on Instagram because blank is on my catfish. He literally made me bleed and not like period blood. It's so red. OMG, go to gyno. Oh, I'm going to. Another person, nah, liar, literally, bitch, he made me bleed. Oh, girl, hey, LMFAO, he's too damn much. And that's crazy for me to say because I'm a freak whore goblin. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Tom apparently made her bleed from her you-know-what, her cooch, because
Cooch. Sorry. I saw just the way he said that was kind of crazy. It's also just not it's also not just Tom talking people out of thinking Tom's fucked. Drama community supporters are gonna run cover for this. Yeah, this is crazy. I feel like I was just crushed by a scissor. Like, what the fuck did I just walk into? It's a whopper. It's a whopper. It's a whopper of a story. I heard he was having sex so hard they bled. Yeah, we just read that. We just got that. I mean, like I said, rough sex, it happens, right? But there needs to be communication, right, with your partner, your sexual partner. You gotta communicate with your sexual partners, people. Like, let them know you're going to destroy them. Hey, just so you know, I like it rough. Okay, how rough? Well, you're probably going to be walking funny for a few days, and that's not an over-exaggeration. I just like to pound down till you are literally sore to the point where you might need a wheelchair. Okay, like, you have to communicate with your partners and talk to them about what you like, what you don't like, how rough you like it or whatnot. Again, it's all about communication. Is this okay? Is this okay? So I mean, maybe to her, she's like, well, I'm used to rough sex. Well, you ain't used to this type of rough sex. Kind of crazy. Yes, babies come from birds. They bring them in was it storks? I'm sorry. This I'm trying to make jokes because the story is very uncomfortable for me.
He was giving her that long Tom special. Now the idea of there being
long Tom special is crazy.
Blood coming out of her, and then on top of the bruises and the grabbing and whatnot, it seems like there's way too much force going on in this relationship in the bedroom, which again is where now some of these allegations of abuse are coming from. Maybe in the moment, she's feeling it, she's having a good time, she's goofing with her friends, like, girl, I just had to, know what I mean? And now after the fact, she's looking back on it and she kind of regrets it. Who really knows? Except these women who have given their side of the story.
These women and Tom, it takes two to tango. I will say this: there is sometimes Like, here's another argument that can be made. Again, not victim blaming, but this is just another argument that can be made because you always have to think steps ahead when you're going to expose somebody about this stuff, especially when you've already had sex with them, right? So with that post we just read where she said that she let it happen because she wanted to date him. Well, the Turkey Tom argument counter to that would be she's only doing this because I didn't want to date her, because I didn't want to be exclusive with her. And she's doing this for revenge. That's gonna be, again, that's why when these situations, like, I get being honest to a degree, but like, if that's how you was really feeling and that's what your argument is, like, well, I put up with it because I wanted to date him, the counter to that is, well, he didn't want to date you and you're doing this for revenge. You're trying to paint this as revenge. Exactly. So that's the thing with the situation, which is going to make a lot of people sweep, right? Because I feel like the smart thing to do, but nobody does it because it's the internet. People are just going to jump on it without waiting to see what else comes out and stuff like that. I mostly jumped on it because I really think that Turkey Tom's a hypocrite. Because if this happened to any other content creator and this was about anyone else, Turkey Tom himself would make a whole ass video about it. And probably get all the facts wrong like he is prone to do.
Again, we have to wait to hear what Tom has to say about all of this. If Tom has any sort of evidence or screenshots that these women haven't already provided, that will pretty much save him. Now, Katie ended up dropping this DM with Tom where he's talking about
an ad that's coming up because I don't pay for YouTube Premium because, like, I'm a broke bum bitch.
Talking about Destiny, who is a pretty funny character in this situation. I'm seeing a lot of people compare Tom to him, almost a prodigy. Neither of them are going to be beating the crazy Gooner allegations, and it's a legend. It's a rumor among the community that Tom and Destiny have gotten into a bit of a canoodling themselves. And this kind of
the way he did the canoodling, they scissored, is what you're saying, sir? They scissored. Turkey Tom and Destiny were scissoring. Hold on, I'm just trying to read ahead here. Why are you so cute? It's ridiculous. Thank you. This picture is so blank, though. You still look cute even with see, that's Destiny, LMFAO. Even then, you're still cute. That is Destiny, the GOAT, my boyfriend, who is a guy. That's so awesome. Yes, some of us have them. What's up? It's crazy.
Proves that, even though it could be a joke. She says, why are you so cute? It's ridiculous. Tom says, haha, thank you. This picture is so R-worded. You still look cute, though, even with so that's Destiny, LMFAO. Then you're still cute, LOL. That is Destiny, LMAO, the GOAT, my boyfriend who is a guy. That's so awesome. Yes, some of us have them. What's up? And yeah.
By the way, Destiny is a big YouTuber, believe more so on the political side of YouTube.
That's probably a joke, but if it isn't a joke, if they are actually getting their peepees together, then interesting joke. Interesting humor.
I don't know how he can make these comments so straight-faced. I give props to this dude. I love this. He is saying some hilarious stuff while being so straight-faced.
And Katie also ended up dropping this video of her scrolling through Turkey Tom Badark's Instagram to prove that this is not edited. Looks pretty legitimate to me. You can even see like the screen recording button. She's scrolling. She clicks his page. There's his page, right? Like, I don't think the idea of them being together is a problem. Like, I don't think anyone disagrees or doesn't believe that these people actually met up and had relationships with Tom. Again, the moral or the main contention, the main debate topics of what parts are illegal, right? Of course, like the non-consensual recording, the things like the abuse, the things like the blood downstairs, all those things are a little more important than just like, yeah, we met up and hung out. And I think here is where we can wrap up the Clorox Katie chapter of this novel, part 2. Basically, they had a much shorter relationship. It didn't last quite as long. I want to say it was 2 or 3 months compared to 7. Now, as I was editing, Creepy Hoarder, aka Ellie, the girl who we looked at last video, who was engaging in the age play stuff, who had her own controversies, and apparently Tom was messing around with, ended up reaching out to Katie. And yeah, there's a little more than allegations. They definitely met up. This is not Photoshop. This is not AI. They did indeed end up meeting up. So I'm going to guess by the time I wake up, there's going to be quite a bit more, considering the fact that now Ellie, aka the age play chick, is coming out with her own side. Either way.
Yeah, this is bad. So I guess that's where we're at with the Turkey Tom situation. I have to sneeze. Hold on. I had to mute my mic. I didn't want you guys hearing me sneeze. So I guess this is interesting. She's not rebranding as Ellie Chokebug. Oh my goodness, thank you. Tom always claimed to be gay, but I believe it was always a joke. I mean, the commentary community always makes like interesting jokes, but overall, my take on this is like, again, as far as the allegations, I'm gonna say that for last. My main reason for doing this stream, for those who got to this point, thank you if you made it this far. The hypocrisy. Because this is another big name YouTuber who has exposed people for the same things, if not even less, just being a gooner. But for the most part, like, just the hypocrisy. It really is the hypocrisy for me. Now, as far as the allegations against him, I am kind of on the fence of I want to see where this goes before I say he's guilty or not. Personally, like, would I be shocked? Absolutely not. If all these allegations are true, would not be shocked. So I guess maybe that's my way of saying, like, do I believe them? Leaning towards the belief that there is something sus going on in the Turkey Tom sphere. But yeah, I would like to see more proof and also hear what he has to say in response to all this. But I am kind of still leaning on the whole, yeah, he probably did do some fucked up shit, because I'm just so used to all of these YouTubers being exposed for doing fucked up shit. I would not put it past them at this point, doing YouTube for a while, seeing all of this stuff happen, seeing a bunch of content creators get exposed with like solid, undeniable evidence of this type of stuff. So I would not be shocked at all if all of this was true. But I also am somewhat a little bit skeptical, just a slight, because of some things that at least one of the girls has said. Because again, anytime a female is like, well, I let him beat the shit out of me and abuse me because I wanted to date him, and I'm just like shaking my head like, damn, bro, like, this is sad, because like it's women who are like that are so vulnerable to actual predators and stuff like that. It's just sad. So that's the only thing that's like probably might, I guess, save face for him a little bit with the public. Because like, if people don't like Turkey Tom, they're gonna believe that he's a creep anyways, and I always knew he was sus and all that shit. But for people who are still fans of him, like, they are going to defend him using the defense I pretty much explained, because there are some questions that have not been answered, which is like, you said that you let it happen because you wanted to date him. Like, why would you want to date somebody who's abusing you? That's not cool. That's not cool. Don't do that to yourself. Whether you have BPD or not, or whatever's going on with you, like, you need to still have some kind of self-respect for yourself, which I know a lot of females who are like that, who are like, I will deal with abuse because, like, you just don't love yourself enough. And I know that sounds harsh to say, but I've had to learn that too. Like, you have to learn to love yourself. Otherwise, you're going to open yourself up to be abused, whether it's mentally or physically, You have to learn to love yourself. And it doesn't seem like these girls are there because, like, if you are settling for a man who's gonna put bruises on your face like that, then that's not good. That is definitely not good. But I am kind of, like I said, leaning on the fact that, like, yeah, I think he might be in the wrong here, guys. And like somebody said in the comments, that dude, the age play shit alone is insane. Insane. If true, you have to say if, because you know there ain't nobody out here trying to get lawsuits. But if it's true he's into age play, that is like, whoa. Freaking whoa. What the hell, guys? What is, I will never understand, nor will I try to understand why anyone in a right state of mind would partake in age play. Like, at all. Like, if my if my boyfriend was like, can you wear a Huggies diaper? I'm gonna be like, no. Absolutely not. Why do you want me to wear a Huggies diaper? You know? I don't want to wear Depends before I'm old enough to have to need to wear Depends. Like, that's just not happening. This shit's just fucking, oh my god, man. It goes to stop making the wrong people famous. For the love of God, can we stop making the wrong people fucking famous? Can we stop platforming and giving all this money? I've been saying this for years. Please know who you're supporting before you support them. You know, if a YouTuber can't just come out and say, yeah, I'm not perfect, I fucked up, I did X, Y, and Z. If a YouTuber can't just come out and tell y'all all of their fucking faults and flaws, please just don't support them. Because once you're fucking like $1,000, $2,000 invested into a content creator, and then you find out that content creator is a piece of shit, you have no one to blame but yourself. I really try to tell people, don't be giving a shit ton of money to YouTubers until you are sure, without a question of doubt, this YouTuber is legit. Like, I'm not saying don't support content creators. Like, I'm a content creator too, but it's just like, at least know, you know, don't put any money invested into a content creator you're not willing to lose. It's a gamble. At this point, supporting YouTubers, it's a gamble with your money. It really is. Don't give a content creator any money you're not willing to lose, because you're not getting that money back. Period. Not getting that money back. God, these fucking creators are gross. Jesus Christ. Age play. Age play, guys. That's where we're at. Age play. Holy crap, man. Oh god, if I had a boba tea for every content creator that gets exposed for being like really creepy with fucking females or with children or whatever, I would never have to have my Venmo on my channel for boba tea money ever again. Like, I would just have an endless amount of boba tea at my disposal, because, like, holy crap, dude. Holy crap. Like, Turkey Tom, really? Like, the only issues I really had with Turkey Tom was, like I said earlier, his videos don't always have the facts. It always, like, you know, he'll start with some facts, but then he'll throw in some misinformation. He's not doing his research, and when everybody tries to correct him, he just ignores them, and he won't, like, correct the information because, like, why does he need to? People are so blinded by their liking of a content creator. Like, I like this content creator, so everything they say must be the gospel. Everything they say must be facts. They would never fuck up on a story by not, you know, putting in the full truth or context. No, they would never do that. It's like, no, dude. Like, these content creators literally bank off of the fact that their community can be very ignorant to shit. You know, that's always my biggest pet peeve. Like, their communities will not question them. You know, that always annoys me. Like, you guys can question the content creators. In the worst case scenario, you get your answers once they remove you from the chat. If they remove you from the chat or just straight up ignore you or get mad at you for questioning them, you have your answer. They're not good content creators. Like, they're not good people. You know? And that's why I've never really liked Turkey Tom. I told you guys in the beginning, I covered 2 topics that he also covered. And since he's a bigger YouTuber, obviously everyone gravitated to him. And I watched the videos. And I'm like, dude, that's not even true. I covered it. I researched it. I have the proof. I've shown the proof. I had the links, everything. You know, I deep dived in some of the same topics that these bigger content creators did. And I'm just sitting there like, how did you miss this? How did you miss this? I'm a small content creator. And y'all missing big parts of the story. And who cares, because it's Turkey fucking Tom. You're not gonna question Turkey Tom. He has 1 million subs and you have 3,000. Why would we listen to you? Like, that stuff just infuriates me. Fucking infuriates me sometimes. Cause like, y'all really just let these YouTubers feed you stories that you actually care about, and like, they don't even have all the facts, and you're just sitting there like, that's just not even true. And then when you try to correct the information, they just don't care. It's already out there. Well, I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes of my day to fucking say, hey guys, I got this one thing wrong, but everything else. Like, dude, it's so gross. It's so gross sometimes. He missed it because 1, he's lazy, and 2, he is an echo chamber that takes bias as fact. I wonder. I think I actually did reach out to Turkey Tom. I don't know if I still have the message, but I do remember when that situation happened. I you know what, I probably don't, because I definitely know that I cleared all my messages at one point. Yeah, I did reach out to Turkey Tom when he did a story, because I wanted to correct some information. He just never got back to me. Maybe if I looked like a child, I would probably have gotten a response. Maybe if I was petite, a petite white girl, I would have gotten a response from Turkey Tom. Damn, how dare I not be a very petite, childlike white girl. Maybe that's why I'm not a big YouTuber or content creator, because I just don't look like a fuckable child, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely not, and I'm glad. I am so glad I'm not. Like, some people will sit there and say you're not my type like it's a friggin' insult. I'm like, dude, I've seen your type, and I'm so glad I'm not your type. So glad I'm not your type. I am 100% okay with that. You know? Yes, Xylee actually does. Xylee does do research. You know, white girls. Listen, I'm not saying anything wrong about white girls. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you got a type and you like the little white girls that look like little white children, like, no, I'm completely the opposite of that. And I'm completely fine with that. Again, it's not an insult. Yeah, you're not my type. Good. I'm glad I'm not your type. I will 100% own that. Thank you. I'm glad I'm not your type. I always prefer the creators who bring receipts. Yeah. Inferno says, Ray, I feel you there. I got a similar deal. I make videos on God of War. What is it? Hold on, I can't read. I got a smudge on my screen. Oh, Girl World. I couldn't see it. For some reason, I couldn't see it. I thought you said, like, God World. I was like, what? Girl World, Low Lives. There's a level of things where if it's not carried by a few people, it's harder to have the info take root. Right. Exactly. That's a problem with YouTube right now. YouTube will always reward bad people before they reward the good ones. Thankfully, there are still some good content creators out there that are actually genuine and actually do care about, you know, the topics they cover, but not as many. All the big ones definitely sold their souls at some point. Definitely sold their souls to the demon lord, because there's no way that y'all are successful and are actually good people. And we see this so often, that people who are successful, you know, usually get their success off of stepping on people and doing awful things. Like, no, not a lot of people are successful for good reasons, and it's actually sad. It's actually really sad. And I'm very tired, so that's why my words are getting jumbled now. I've streamed for an hour and a half almost, and I'm already beat because I had a short day but a long day at the same time. It's like weird. Ray, get a sock count called Choke Fuckable N16. Yeah, maybe if I do that and start using like pictures of young white females, I could get Turkey Tom to actually pay attention, but definitely not now, because I guarantee you he is definitely going through a lot of his conversations with people and probably scrubbing it off the face of the earth. And I've always said this: if you're deleting conversations you had with people, you're definitely not looking like the good person in this situation. Cosplay as a white girl is crazy. You want me to do whiteface? Is that what you're saying? As long as they're entertaining as long as they're entertaining, the sale was worth it. Lunchbox, stop. Am I not entertaining anymore then? Is that why you don't donate to the channel anymore? I'm not entertaining? Well, fuck you too. I'm just kidding. Ray, that pic of you with the blonde wig would work. When I cosplay as Power Girl, yeah, maybe, but I'm not petite. I'm a little thicker, so I don't think it would work. Turkey Tom probably pays for grog. Maybe. Ray is beat. Did she meet Turkey Tom? Is crazy. Is crazy work. Crazy work. But anyways, guys, that's all I really got for the Turkey Tom situation. I guess we'll wait to see if it gets worse or better, or we'll see what Turkey Tom has to say. I actually am curious because I know Nicholas Diario is streaming. Let me go over there real quick and take a peek about what he's talking about. It'd be really nice to hear what Nicholas Diario has to say because he is streaming right now. I don't know if he's gotten to it yet. Hang on. Oh, I got a super chat. Oh, okay. I take back it now. Shut the fuck up. Okay. You got me. You got me. You took the bait, but thank you. You took the bait. Thank you, Lunchbox, for $20, which I will see next month. Appreciate you. I kind of want to just peek with y'all over on Nicholas Diario's channel to see what he's talking about. It doesn't even look like from what the screen is showing that he is there. A message to CEO Reddit Spez. Yeah, he hasn't gotten to it yet, I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, he's probably saving it. He's probably saving it for later on. That's my guess. That is my guess, which would be smart because everybody's definitely looking forward to what he has to say about the Turkey Tom situation. So he's probably saving that for last because, get through all the other topics, save the best shit for last, which is a YouTuber strat that I do not partake. Hold on, I'm looking to see if he talked about it, if we missed it maybe. Extra Emily promises she's not trying to scam her audience. Let's see. He's reacting to a video, a message to CEO of Reddit. Yeah, he doesn't look like he got to it. I'm trying to look for you guys. Oh, it's gonna be a while, I bet. How long does Nicholas Diario usually stream? I don't really watch his streams. I'm afraid of Nicholas Diario. Nicholas Diario scares me. No, he doesn't really scare me. His audience is interesting. No shade. It's just his audience. He's got a lot of people watching him. Wow, 5,436 watching now. Holy shit. How is he only at 138k subscribers? He has he has 5,000 people watching him live. How does he only have 138k subscribers? I figured he'd be at least at 1 million with how everybody knows who he is. How is he only that? What? And again, no shade at him for that. It's just shocking how he has that many people watching him right now. I'm not even joking. Let me show you guys on screen. I'm not even joking. He has so many people watching him, and yet he's only at 138,000 subscribers. That's impressive, dude. I take it back. I am afraid of Nicholas Diario. I remember one time, who was it? I posted something on Twitter. I forgot what I posted. And I forgot what it was, but I just remember it got the attention of Nicholas Diario and other big commentary people, and there was so many fucking people commenting, and I was just sitting there overwhelmed, holy shit, that's a lot of people on my ass about something I said. Oh man. Diario basically took over the content community. You mean commentary community after Augie RFX stepped away from YouTube for a while? Oh, is that what it is? Is that what it is? I don't know how I feel. I find Nicholas Diario kind of fascinating. Oh, I think Augie is done now, and other parts of drama comedy fell off. So it's just Nicholas Diario for the most part. I mean, Nicholas Diario has always fascinated me. I find him interesting. I don't agree with all of his takes, but who cares if I agree with it or not, right? Who cares? But I don't hate him and I don't like him. I just don't know him. I think that's what the best way. I just don't know him. There's no hate. There's no like. There's nothing. It's just I find him fascinating, and I will watch some of his videos if it's like on a topic that I'm interested in, and I do like some of his takes. So I'm not mad. Like I do like how he called out Bo Blacks, because Bo Blacks is another YouTube content creator in the commentary community who was a massive hypocrite. And Nicholas Giaro did call him out. So I do respect him. I do have a little level of respect for Nicholas Giaro. I think that he is very fascinating, though. Very fascinating. So you like him or you don't like him. I don't have a like or dislike, if that makes sense. Like I'm like in the middle. Because again, I don't really know him very well. I do respect him with some things. Like I said, I don't agree with all of his takes, but I don't hate him. The Bo Blacks thing was a total whack mess. Well, Bo Blacks did that to himself. Like I said, I've said this before. The whole thing with Bo Blacks and the whole, saying he has a condition that he was never diagnosed. Like I've said it many times, and people hate when I say it or they get tired of me say it, but it's like true. Like I do show symptoms, right, of having borderline personality disorder. But I also say I don't have a diagnosis. So, there's only been one time where I'm like, I have borderline personality disorder when I'm having a mental breakdown, right? But I also make sure to let people know it's not diagnosed. I don't know for a fact. I have not had a medical professional diagnose me with that. I have been to a therapist, and at the time of the sessions, I didn't continue because at the time, again, I don't want to get into the reasons why I didn't continue therapy because it's long and boring. I guess TLDR version is insurance was a bitch. Okay. But at the time when I did see a therapist, she did say that it sounded like from our sessions we had that I did have a personality disorder. We just needed more time to figure out what that was. But claiming that you have something when you haven't had an actual diagnosis, like you can sit there and say, here's the thing, Lunchbox, you can sit there and say, I think I have a cold, even though you haven't been to the doctors to confirm you have a cold. But like, we all know, most people know when they have a fucking cold. Like you can tell if there's something wrong with you, and you could be like, I have the symptoms X, Y, and Z, so I think that I might have it. Right? But what Bo Blacks did is say he had it and use that to explain his behavior. Like, that's the difference. Like, you can say, like Boogie. If Boogie said, I might have cancer because I have a lump on my breast that could be a tumor. Saying that you think you have something is not claiming it, right? So you can think you have something, but if you're saying if you're saying that, oh, I have cancer, guys, because I have a lump on my tit, and then you go to the doctor and that lump on your tit turns out to be just like a fat pocket air bubble, whatever the fuck it is, right? Oh, well, I don't have cancer, guys. So again, I agree. Don't claim shit unless you have a diagnosis, but it's also fair to say, I think I have something. It's about being honest. It's literally about just being honest. You can think you have something all day, but you just can't say you have it without a proper diagnosis. And that's what Bo Blacks did. And he was justifiably and understandably ratioed for it. So that's just what it comes down to. But Nicholas Giaro, back to Nicholas Giaro. As far as I know, he don't got no scandals. Although I will say he do be defending people that he's cool with. And then later on has to, eat crow and admit he was wrong and be like, yeah, fuck that guy. Like, but I got no straight up beef with Nicholas Giaro. I think Nicholas Giaro is okay. So far. I had a recent cancer scare and couldn't tell anyone in case saying it made it real. Well, I'm glad. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with like saying, hey guys, I might have something wrong with me. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just people like to do it and say this shit and like get sympathy for it. And again, I don't know why anyone wants sympathy for having BPD. It's like, you're not dying. You just have an imbalance of emotions. Like you have days where you're normal and you're fine, and then the next day you're not. Like, you're not gonna die. So nobody, and again, I'm not saying nobody should be like, oh, that sucks, you have that, right? But I'm saying, like, it's not like you're gonna die, right? Saying you have cancer, that's serious. You could die from cancer. You're not gonna die from having BPD. All right, you're not gonna die. It's not killing you. So, see, thank you. People really out here say I faked this shit. Like I said, it doesn't take a doctor to tell you there's something wrong with me. I'm very self-aware. Like, I'm very much aware I have something wrong with me. So when my doctor even said you have a personality disorder, like, okay, bitch, which one? Because I definitely have symptoms of probably being bipolar, and I definitely probably have borderline personality disorder. These are things that I probably think I have, but I haven't had a diagnosis, so I can't say for a fact that this is what I have until a doctor literally evaluates me and says, yes, bitch, you were correct. You have this shit. But again, a lot of these people out here will say this shit because, again, I don't know why you want to have sympathy for having bipolar personality disorder or borderline personality disorder. Like, that shit's just weird. Like, guys, feel sorry for me. I'm crazy. Give me money, guys. I'm crazy. No. No. No one should give you money because you have a personality disorder. That's just dumb. I really want him to get to the Turkey Tom stuff, but I don't think he's going to get to it for a while. But having 5,390 people watching this live now is, like, friggin' wild. Like, good for you, Nicholas Diorio. Look at the chats coming in. Look at the memberships. Yo, I wonder how much Nicholas Diorio makes. Somebody was trying to tell me, Nicholas Diorio is really fat. I was like, why the hell do I care if he's fat? What does him being fat have to do with shit? Like, I always thought that when people are like, oh, Nicholas Diorio is a really fucking huge dude. I'm like, so what? It makes sense. All the more reason why he sits at home all day and does YouTube. Who cares if he's fat? What does him being fat have to do with shit? It has nothing to do with it. I don't know. Are you telling me that so I can, like, be like, ew, I don't want to watch Nicholas Diorio because he's fat? The dude's not even on camera. Like, who fucking cares? People care about the weirdest shit online. I kid you not. How far in the stream is he? Right now, it looks like he's been streaming for 80 minutes. So he's been a little over an hour. So yeah, that's basically what we're watching. Is he's been streaming for an hour, and again, he's probably not gonna get to it till, like, later on. He's just gonna get through his other topics. Papa Guts bad day, LSF moderator, celebrity scandal, the Turkey Tom allegations. I need to, like, space out. Maybe I need to have more topics in my streams, but I also don't want to stream for, like, hours and hours and hours like I used to, depending on the topics. But yeah, I do want him to get to it. Get to the Turkey Tom stuff. Why couldn't you get through it first? Is Nicholas Diorio gonna sweep for Turkey Tom? That little thing is cute as shit, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Is he gonna sweep for Turkey Tom? That's what people are saying. I saw somebody, I forgot who it was. I saw a title that says Nicholas Diorio sweeping for Turkey Tom. I mean, I guess we'll see. Yeah. Yeah, 2 hours in should be Tom. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Nicholas Diorio is kind of, like, cool with Turkey Tom, right? So I can't imagine that he wants to really, like, not. I don't think, because, like, Nicholas Diorio has been around for a while too, and I'm sure he would even say he has seen so many of these stories involving these YouTubers, let alone somebody he's talked to or is cool with. He would probably say, I've seen too many of these stories where it's not as black and white, So I feel like with this situation, it is somebody that he's probably collabed with, or talked to, or is friends with. Oh, he's friends with him, yeah. So I feel like with this, he's definitely got to be not careful, but it's more like I'm sure he's probably getting information that's not public yet, and he's probably gonna be like, yeah, there's more to the story, guys, type shit. Because I'm sure the first thing he did when this dropped was go to Tom, and ignoring people in the chat for bringing it up. It's probably like he was aware of it and probably didn't want to say anything till he had a chance to talk to Turkey Tom, or at least he's already talked to Turkey Tom, and Turkey Tom has a plan of how he's gonna come out with his story. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, to say the least. At least with Nicholas Diorio. That's probably, like I said, why there's so many people just waiting and watching for him to get in on the whole Turkey Tom situation. I'm curious too. What does Nicholas Diorio think about these allegations? I guarantee he's like, bro, were you really into the first thing I'd ask him if he was my friend is, were you really doing age play? Like, just tell me. Just tell me. Yeah, you were. Okay, well, we got to figure out a way of of not letting everybody else know that you were into age play. Last thing you want to be is a friend of a YouTuber who's being exposed for shit, because that always puts you into a fucking corner. What do I do? Do I defend my friend or do I shut the fuck up? Oh man. So I'm not gonna wait for him to get to the Turkey Tom stuff, because like I don't know how long in this video he's at, and I really don't know what this is about. But definitely gonna be interesting for sure. So if you guys want to go watch Nicholas Diorio, what he has to say about the Turkey Tom stuff, he is clearly streaming right now with his little bouncy avatar, which I think is absolutely adorable, and I kind of want a little thing bouncing around like that. That's actually hella cute. That's all I really got, guys. So with that said, I guess to go. Yep, all right, everyone to Diorio's channel. Yeah, I might be lurking. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually tired. I hope I don't fall asleep, but we'll see. I got my exam tomorrow and work, so I probably will end up passing out. So with that said, y'all, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys so freaking much. Thank you for watching. Appreciate y'all. I'm not even gonna hit the outro because I am that tired and I just kind of want to like mellow out. So I will see you guys next time I stream. Y'all go check out Nicholas Diorio and see what he has to say about Turkey Tom, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.